Last night, right? Yeah, we saw Don't Worry, Darling. This is a movie we were both very, very excited to see, especially Cameron. Cam, do you want to?
I was very excited. I love Florence Pugh, and she always just does so good. She always makes any movie that she's in so much better.
Yeah. I agree with you. I'm also a big fan of Florence Pugh, and I was a big fan of Olivia Wilde's last movie, Booksmart. I really, really love that movie. I put it on my top 10 of 2019 from years back. So yeah, I love that movie, and I was really excited to see what she could do next, especially with more like a psychological thriller. You know what I mean?
And she did good acting in it too.
Yeah. The trailers looked pretty good. I kind of ignored the bad reviews just because, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are very reactionary nowadays and really are, wow, this is the greatest thing ever, whoa, this thing really sucks. So, I don't know. I was still very excited when filming this movie. So,
Ew, my feet.
do you want to talk about your thoughts?
I forgot about it a little bit, but I really liked it. Like, Florence Pugh did so good. She just so good. Harry Styles wasn't as bad as people were saying. Like, I get that, like he's not a good actor. Like, he's not. But luckily, he wasn't in it that much. And certain scenes, it was just like, what is he doing? Like when he was dancing it up. God. But like his character, like he needed to be in there. Like somebody had to fill the role, and he definitely filled the like. He had like the look for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I liked the movie, not as much as Cam did. I have a lot of issues with it. This is going to drive me nuts. I have a lot of issues with it. It definitely wasn't the movie I was expecting it to be, but I still enjoyed it at times. I thought it was decent. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but I liked it for what it was. Florence Pugh was amazing. She really carried the I don't know, most of the movie with her performance. I thought she had a lot of great range, and she really bought into the script. Whereas I think a lot of the other actors were playing it up a bit too much. Harry Styles was bad. I thought his performance was distractingly bad, to the point where it made Florence Pugh's performance seem off in comparison. Like, she was doing so well compared to his terrible acting that it made her stand out so much to the point where, that seemed, where in the moment I would say, that scene was a little weird, it was a little off. Why was her timing off a little bit? It was Harry's fault. He really didn't give any emotion. He does not know how to act emotionally or have any range, because he just isn't an actor, and I think he really proved that with this less than stellar performance. I liked it visually. I thought the cinematography was really beautiful. Good.
I think like it's the fact that acting is supposed to be like subtle to a degree. Like there's supposed to be subtlety because you're watching this person on a big screen and you can analyze everything they're doing, and like Harry overacting and like all this like flair with everything he does, and like such intense like everything he does, and then it made it seem like Florence was not reacting,
Like holding back a little bit.
Yeah, whereas like acting does not have to be dramatic. Like it's not like theater.
And I think that's where,
because he is a performer.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think that's where he really fails. Is it because yes, he is a performer, but he's not an actor. So he's playing it up like he's this big time actor. Like he's playing it up like he has these huge swells of emotion, and it falls pretty flat on its face. So yeah, I thought Harry's performance was over-performative. I feel like he was really overselling everything. Yeah, it was performative.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and he was overselling all of his lines and really making a script that was weaker than it should have been even worse from his really bad line delivery.
His character just like had nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Florence, like the way that she reacts to things, the way that she acts with other people, whereas like Harry just seemed like like in every scene,
He was wooden.
He was either just like so expressive, like really going off, or like no like face acting, no really like real time reactions to things, stuff like that. Where like he is a real person in this.
I felt that Chris Pine, I don't know, he was just kind of there. His character didn't have too much to do. He never felt like this lurking presence that was always there like he was supposed to. He just kind of felt like the villain. Like I don't know, it was very cliche in that way. I liked Olivia Wilde. I thought she was really good in the movie for what she was doing. I think that she had a hand in, obviously she directed this movie, so I think she understood her character better than a lot of the other actors in the movie did. And my main issue with the movie is its length, and not in particular how long it is, but the scenes.
I didn't even notice how long it was.
Yeah.
I liked it.
But I'm not necessarily talking about the like the length itself, like it being 2 hours long. I'm talking about the filler scenes that are weird for weird's sake. That are just kind of there to be provocative and like metaphorical and trying to lean into the more psychological thrillers aspect of this movie. It failed because they had no impact. They didn't have any like wow factor, and I think they really came off as awkward and even a little silly.
Misplaced.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be like end of a scene, like something happened, and you're like okay, that happened, and then it would cut to like random like visuals of stuff.
I think the pacing in this movie is where it really hurts it. Again, the scripting was not great. I felt like the story structurally really didn't work for me. I wasn't a huge fan of just the placement of events in this movie. The pacing really wasn't great at all. I felt like it felt like a more of a random occurrence of events instead of meticulously planned, but also topsy-turvy. I guess like how a psychological thriller should be. Like the movie that this reminded me the most of is Last Night in Soho, and where I think that movie worked so well is because it leaned way more into the aspect of it being dreamlike and like you can tell this world is dangerous. Where with this movie, I never got that. I never got there was no atmosphere in this movie, whereas in Last Night in Soho, it's all atmosphere and it really entrances you in that world.
I think like a psychological thriller, like I'm thinking like Midsommar, like anything like that. There's got to be at least one scene where like it ends and you're like you like look over at something and you're like, what just happened? Like what was that? And then later in it, you realize, but there were like weird things that were happening that
don't have any payoff.
Yeah, like with like the glass, like the scene in the trailer.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, and like I wish that those weird like happenings that were like freaking her out were explained because like how does that correlate to real life?
Yeah,
you know, because I'm thinking of all these things happened like in real like what was causing that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Or like Chris Pine's character, like who was he?
Yeah.
Like I get like who he was, but there was no like him revealing his plan or like I feel like if
there's a lot of missing pieces in this movie, and it really lacks a lot of payoff. And I think that I don't know that's the biggest thing with this movie. It's missing pieces. Now I know this review is coming off like I don't like it. I do. I like this movie a decent amount, a lot more than other people did. I liked it visually a lot. I really think that the cinematography being really immaculate and really like
so
pristine,
pretty.
really worked for me. Yeah,
in that beautiful little town.
Yeah,
so pretty.
And Florence Pugh was amazing, and I just thought it was entertaining. The weird happenstances that kept going on in this movie were obnoxious, but what was going on in front of me was entertaining. It was a little thrilling. It was kind of schlocky fun. It felt I was talking to Cam about how
Is that a word?
Yeah, it's like schlocky,
sounds
like a B movie. Like campy. It's the same.
Like purposely.
Yeah. Well, not purposely in this case, but I felt this to be kind of schlocky fun. It felt like a Black Mirror episode in a lot of ways, and
a specific not like the vibes. It's like it was the same as a specific Black Mirror.
But I feel like it felt like a Black Mirror episode. You know what I mean? And that and I have a really kind of a soft spot for those kinds of like thrillers. And the final reveal, I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was terrible.
It was definitely like disturbing.
Yeah. And I don't think they handled it in the worst. Like they could have handled it in a lot worse way, and I would have been a lot more negative to this movie if they kind of effed that up a little bit more than they did. But I don't know. I found the final reveal to be interesting at the very least. And once again, just how great of a performance Florence Pugh had in this movie really bumped it up. It bumps it up a whole grade, at least for me. But where the rest of the movie, it's just fun. I feel like this was a lot of fun. It had a lot of good ideas. It just wasn't conveying them the correct ways. And I think I'm not like disappointed in Olivia Wilde. I think this is I think this is understandable. I think this is a growing pains movie for her. And
because she's a woman.
No, because she was a first time director who made an amazing movie and everybody praised it, and then this movie everyone like hates it. You know what I mean? Where it's like she needs to figure out more who she is as a director and have a clearer vision for her ideas. Because she has good ideas, I just think she needs more time to fully find her voice.
And she was also like in the movie, and it kind of felt like she was pursuing so much, and she couldn't keep up with directing. Like it felt like a little like whoever was in charge was a little bit confused.
Like a little all over the place.
Like they read the script, but they like skimmed it. They did like spark notes on the script, and then like went with what they thought was going on.
Gotcha.
But didn't grasp the full idea.
So yeah, I loved it visually. I thought it was pretty entertaining, and I really really liked Florence Pugh. I just had a decent amount of issues with it. So, do you want to give your final grade?
Yes.
You got anything else you want to say?
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh, I love you.
Yeah. You want to say your grade? You said you gave it an 8, so that would be like an A-.
I give it an 8.5.
And I would give it a B. A very light B. Borderline B-, somewhere in that range. So yeah, I definitely didn't hate it as much as everyone else did. I know you especially didn't.
I want to watch it again. I feel like it's one of those movies where I could watch again, and I wouldn't be like, oh, I already know what's going on. Like I know what's gonna happen. It's like because it's about like the experience, and like movies that I really like, I can like connect to. Like I not like understand. It's not like oh, I totally relate with this. It's just like I feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense. All right, well, that's all we've got for today. Thank you so much for watching this review. Everybody, thank
you
Cam
so
for
much.
being on.
Hit that like, hit that follow button, and hit that little notification bell to be put into a ultimate prize giveaway. We're going to be giving away 3 Teslas to the top 3 subscribers who like the most videos.
That's not happening. Just hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was really good.